Okay, here we are with part 9, working on USS Sasquatch. So, now that we have the ambient sound effects laid in, I'm starting to add some of the more specific things that you would expect to find in a sort of sci-fi story. So we have just the beginning. We start with our ambient sounds. I've actually started to add a little bit of music to the track, so you can.
It was nighttime on the space station. This meant that the lights were dim and there were a few people moving about as I made my way to one of the observation decks. That way I could get another look at her. The USS Boston. She was the first of a new class of ships, designed by and primarily constructed by the citizens of Earth. A beautiful shark of a vessel, designed to showcase Earth's technical know-how and to be a true presence in trans-system society. She was absolutely beautiful, a work of space-going art. May as well have been a sculpture for all the good she was doing right now. On her shakedown cruise, it was discovered that the hybrid navigation and sensor system was prone to fail in certain electromagnetic conditions. These conditions were fairly common out here. So there she sat, at her berth, doing nothing while the design and technical types worked her over. My parents always told me not to put my trust in things.
Beautiful, isn't she?
I didn't even bother to look around. Yes, she is.
I heard she has an all-new transit engine, 3 classes of torpedoes, maser cannon, point defense guns, and multi-spectrum shields. Her onboard labs and facilities are going to be the pride of the fleet, eventually.
I turned to face the speaker, and I immediately shot to attention. This was an officer.
So, it's starting to come together. The one sound, though, that is missing, well, not missing, but not yet laid in, is at this point, the script says that there are sliding doors. Let me pull that up, because we haven't shown that in a while, shall we? Okay. Yes, I know. Let's get rid of all the distractions there. Okay, so that point where she says, my parents always told me not to put my trust in things, sliding doors. And then Jessup says his line. So, we're going to need those sliding doors. Now, I have one sound for sliding doors before, but I'm, again, rebuilding this, so I'm thinking of going with this one, at least as a placeholder for now. So, we're going to go ahead. I'm actually going to put this on its own track. I'm going to put it right above extra ships. Okay, so right here. Control T for a new track, and we'll bring in sliding doors, and it will name it sliding doors because I didn't have a name for the track. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make this full screen, and we'll put it in the right place. Now, we need to trim this down, obviously, because there's such a huge gap in between when the door opens and when it closes. So, okay, so let's see if we can get it. There's a script, come back to me. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna have this up, and my parents always told me not to put my trust in things. That will be right here.
Do things.
Beautiful, isn't she?
Now, you don't always have to put it right where they say. As far as the timing goes, it might actually be better to put it in somewhere here. And that's something you learn by feel. So, let's go back a bit.
At her birth, doing nothing while the design and technical types worked her over. My parents always told me not to put my trust in things.
Beautiful, isn't she?
I didn't even bother to look around. Yes.
Okay, I think that's when the doors should close behind him. So you don't want the doors to stay open too long. Whoop. Okay, here we go.
I didn't even bother to look around. Yes, she is.
I heard she has an all-new transit engine, 3 classes of torpedoes, maser cannon, point defense guns, and multi-spectrum shields. Her onboard labs and facilities are going to be the pride of the fleet. Eventually.
Okay. So we have that there. And what we need is to have some kind of indication that he's actually walking around, because we can't hear him. There's 2 ways we can do this. I can create some footstep sounds by actually doing what they call it Foley, by actually performing the footsteps myself, or I can look up some footstep sound effects. So I'm just going to make a note of that as what I want to do next. Let's see. Okay, so sticky notes. I'll just put USS Sasquatch. I'll say add footsteps for Captain Jessup. Okay. And I will put this in a handy place behind the project. So that's what I'll make a note of. Now I want to see if there are any other sounds that could be put in. Actually, I need the doors to open again when her brother walks into the scene. Let's see.
Then the answer came.
Okay, so I'm going to grab these sounds here. I'm going to duplicate them. Control C, just like you would in a text document. Copy. Come over. It will be Command C on the Mac, obviously. Okay. Make sure the track is selected. And paste. Okay. So, and now let's play it back. I'm going to grab the playhead so I don't desync this. You'll hear the tape sound. Tape rewind.
The answer came.
Okay, I want it closer.
Then the answer came.
Okay, I want a bigger pause. So we're going to go like this.
Then the answer came.
Okay, and then I'm going to move this over a bit. Let's zoom in a bit so we don't... Okay.
Then the answer came.
Okay, let's move this over.
Then the answer came. Then the answer came.
Hey, sis.
Thomas?
Who else?
Okay, I just noticed something else. We need footsteps for Thomas. So, also add okay. So that's pretty good there. We want to have Thomas have some footsteps. So that's what we're going to do next time. And also, before I end this really quick, there's something I learned with the voices, because they're outside. Let me quickly do this, and I'm gonna solo Captain.
He has an all-new transit engine, 3 classes of torpedoes, maser...
That's the recorded sound. But because they're outside, we want it to sound a little more outside-ish, so...
He has an all-new transit engine, 3 classes of torpedoes, maser cannon, point defense guns, and multi-spectrum shields. Our onboard labs and facilities are going to be the pride of the fleet. Eventually.
So you wouldn't hear as much of those low frequencies if you were listening to someone talk outside. I think it's more obvious on Brianna's lines. Let's do it real quick.
She is.
She doesn't say very much when she's not narrating. Could be a good lesson, though, when to listen. Okay, so, what's here?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And so, I'm going to do it before and after, real quick. Shut out the distractions here.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
That's very subtle, but it does add to a little bit more to the realism of the project. So, anyway, that has been part 9, and it's really starting to come together. And part 10 will go into adding some more details and fine-tuning. Alright, well, see you in the next video.